Okay, so in complete honesty, at the time of this video's recording, it's a wee bit past 6 weeks in the semester, um, but by a fair margin. But I'd like to talk about my involvement with the WSW, which is the Westmoreland Symphonic Wind Ensemble. So um, this is one of the main things that helped me find my home at Seton Hill. But interestingly enough, um, obviously, if I'm in transfer seminar, I didn't graduate this past year, but I actually started playing with the Westmoreland Symphonic Winds before this semester. I played with them for the very first time actually in fall of 2022, and I rejoined. That would be right after I graduated, and I rejoined last spring. And this organization is what really helped me find my home at Seton Hill. So, Westmoreland Symphonic Wind Ensemble (WSW), if you don't already know, is pretty much what it sounds like. It's hosted by Seton Hill, but it is a wind ensemble, a professional wind ensemble that's open to everyone in Westmoreland County, or you know outside if you really want to drive that far. So um, this experience was uh, very helpful for me in working on my transition to this school because I met tons and tons of great folks and people who welcomed me into the program and welcomed me into Seton Hill. I met other students as well that I would eventually be now taking classes with. I'm a percussionist, so my involvement as a musician may I was gonna make a percussion joke about how we're not really instrumentalists, but the truth is that I worked really hard for this organization. I worked really hard to practice my music, to get it down right, and especially last semester, I really killed myself trying to, you know, put my head to the grindstone and really try to practice hard on organizing my mind and getting myself to the standard of being a professional musician, especially having not played for a couple of years. Um, but I worked very hard in this organization. I'm proud to say that I'm a part of it, and I now have many friends that are in the organization that I met through the organization, and now I'm just friends, with that go to Seton Hill, and so this is also helpful for me to have been a part of this organization because it helps me get an understanding of what it's like to be part of a um, music ensemble at Seton Hill, and will help me branch out, try some other things, have if I can fit them into my schedule as well, along with the WSW. So, talking about the four pillars, so I do see a good amount of all of the four pillars in this organization. Um, the first I want to talk about is obviously welcoming community. Like I said, everybody there is very kind, very welcoming, very understanding if you're a newbie. Um, they're really great people who are very they welcome you with open arms. So I was very grateful for that. Learning, I can't tell you how much. I mean, it was starting as as a player in this organization after having not played in a really long time was definitely a learning curve, and I have never played before this organization this level of that or this level of concert music. As a percussionist, a lot of this stuff is very tricky. Concert band percussion can be tough because a lot of different composers call for different instruments, different ways of playing the instrument, and you kind of have to be adaptive as a percussionist in that way, playing concert music. And so I've learned a lot of different methods of playing instruments and even time signatures, key signatures, whatever that I haven't played in before. So I learned a lot of stuff through that. Um, and I also wanted to talk about celebrating community there's a last big one that I want to talk about, which is last semester. In particular, I didn't know this until the very end. I didn't know the reason for why we were putting this particular program together, but it was because um, one of our professors, long time professors who's worked in the music department at Seton Hill for a very long time and helped build it up to what it is now. Uh, Professor Kathleen Campbell was actually retiring last semester, right before I started. I didn't know about this, but the WSW put a whole program together in her honor, and in her thanks and celebrating her for all that she was for Seton Hill's music program. And although I wasn't lucky enough to have her as my teacher, I feel very lucky to have been able to be a part of that program, to be able to celebrate her and thank her. So that's what I wanted to talk about in the WSW welcoming into the community of Seton Hill.